guys, it's Olivia and welcome back to Live in Literature. Thank you so much for all the love and support I received on my last video, and if you have not seen it yet, feel free to head on over to my channel to check it out. Well, today guys, we're just gonna hop right in. I want to go right into the title of today's video. We are talking about one of my most absolute favorite things to talk about, and that's the girlies.
Let's go, girls.
Yes, ladies and gents, we're talking about women. We're talking about female characters. We're talking about strong heroines. We're talking about heroes and just women in their prime. As you guys know, March 8th was International Women's Day, so go women. Whoop, whoop.
I'm inspired. You inspired?
Oh, yeah.
Girls, get it on.
Done. Girls, get it done.
And as a woman in this day and age, in this society, I feel like it is my duty to recommend to you guys the top 5 best female characters ever written. Now, I will digress. If the list was up to me and this was a fair and just world and I could just recommend Sarah J. Maas characters, I would. To be so for real with you, I would.
That's an incredible. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
I would just honestly say, you know what? Let's just talk about every single female character in all of the Sarah J. Maas universe. And that would be my top 5. But I feel like that's not fair to the masses. To be so for real with you, I think that all of the Sarah J. Maas characters, the Sarah J. Maas characters would be my top 5 best female characters ever written, just all of them. But I won't do that to you guys because that's not fair, because I'm also here to recommend books. I'm here to recommend things I want you guys to read. And I want to give you guys female characters that I love. I love being a woman. Being a woman is wonderful. I know I feel like that's really cringe to say, but like I'm over getting cringed out on things. I want to talk about last year. I feel like last year we had such an uprising for women, because of the Barbie movie and the Taylor Swift, which I'm a big Swiftie. Fun fact, I love Taylor Swift. I would die for her. She's like my favorite ever. But I feel like because of like the Taylor Swift concerts and the Beyonce Renaissance tour and the Barbie movie, we just had this like uprising of like femininity.
This is my dream house. It's Barbie's dream house. It's not Ken's dream house, right?
Right, as always.
And like feminism in our culture and society, and like women were like taking the forefront in everything last year. And not even in like a like strong and like take a stand kind of way always. It was also just like in embracing like the feminine sides and the girlhood of it all and the like sweetness of like being a woman and being feminine. And so I just am like, I'm just here for the girls. I'm here for you guys, and I just want you to know how much I love you and I support you, and that like the more books that I see written by women, the better I feel about society. Like when I see women writing a book, I'm like, I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be excellent. I know it's going to be top tier, because honestly, the female characters that we are getting in this day and age are unreal. And so I just am so happy that we are in a day and age and in a time where like women are writing books, and they're writing about these like bad A, totally boss women who like are totally themselves, very feminine and flirty and vain and fun and corrupt and ugly and beautiful and just like all the things. I just like love that we are like seeing the full roundness of a person. Like it's no longer just like have you seen those POVs on TikTok where it's like a men writing women in books, and they're like,
she was only like 5'1" and 100 pounds and had the biggest boobs you've ever seen, like Jessica Rabbit.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Like, I feel like that was like men writing women. Like, I like think those POVs are really funny. And sorry, this is not supposed to be like a man bashing video. I'm not here to bash men or male authors. Okay, maybe I am a little bit.
I love men. I think men are the coolest.
But like, I just think there's something so beautiful that is happening now for over the past, I would say like 7 or 8 years, that we just have these authors who are creating these like dynamic, well-rounded, like confident, strong, and multifaceted women that are just like so insane to read about. And I just wanted to recommend some of my favorites to you. This is like just a couple of my favorites, and these people are all very diverse. These are all books that I love and like highly recommend. I think these are all 5-star reads that I'm going to recommend to you, as well as them being a good book. They're all just like 5-star reads in general, and they have strong and wonderful and beautiful female characters. But I thank you for letting me go on my little like woman rant. I just wanted to like rant about women's and being a girl and how much I love it. It's so great. And so I wanted to recommend to you guys today the top 5 best female characters. So let's get started. The first one I want to start with might be a controversial take, but I just finished this book and I just want to talk about it. I just genuinely do. And that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, this book came out about, I think, like 3 or 4 years ago. Taylor Jenkins Reid is an extremely talented author. She's fabulous. She's so in it. Like, she just writes such incredible books. Like, so incredible. But if you've read Evelyn Hugo, you know that Evelyn is not a good person. Like, you know that she's a very, like, interesting individual. This book is essentially like an homage to, like, the movie stars in the 1950s through, like, 80s, and the things that these women had to do to struggle to survive in the film industry, and what they had to do to struggle to survive to be themselves. Evelyn Hugo is an insane woman. She's corrupt, she's conniving, she's clever, she's insanely gorgeous, she's feminine and soft, but she will also do anything to protect her family.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
She is an actress in the 1950s. She's hiding some things from people. And obviously, like, this book is told, like, kind of like in an interview format where, like, not completely like Daisy Jones and the Six, where it's like a constant interview. It's really Evelyn recounting moments in her life to a person who's writing a book for her. And she's recounting all these moments of, like, her career. And she, like, very much, like, right out the gate tells Monique, the girl writing the story about her, she's like, I'm not a good person. Like, when I have people read this book, she's like, I don't want them to think that I am a good person. I'm not a good person. She's like, but honestly, if I had to do it all over again, I would. And I love women like that. I love women who are willing to risk it all to get what they want.
Check it out. Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
This woman, like, she's brilliant. She starts off her career. She's so career driven. It's all that she cares about. She wants to be on top, and she will do anything that she has to get on top. And then, like, as she goes throughout her life, she realizes that, like, that's not what life's about. It's not about being the best and being on top. And I just, like, love the, like, full circle moment. This is a very, like, Evelyn is a very, like, dynamic woman. She's a very, like, smart and calculated woman. She makes a lot of, like, very interesting decisions that you're just kind of like, holy frick. Like, would I have the guts? Would I have the nerve to do that? Would I have the gall to do that?
The impudence! The audacity! The unmitigated gall!
This book also talks a lot about the LGBTQ+, and in the late 1950s through, like, 1980s. And those movements and Stonewall. And so I don't want to say anything too much to, like, spoil the book, but it also has a lot to do with that, which, like, I think is such a message we need to hear today. Regardless, I absolutely loved this book. It's a 5-star read in my opinion. Like, I freaking loved it. I just think it's a fabulous book. I'm such a fan. I think Evelyn represents, like, just what it means to be, like, what you have to do to survive in this world as a woman. And it's ugly and it's nasty and I love it. I'm eating it up. Next, we're moving on to a fan favorite and one of my top 5 best books of last year. We are talking about Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, and we're talking about our main character, Iris Winnow. Iris, I feel like, represents a different type of woman. And I'm loving this, like, shift that we're having and seeing a lot of more, like, or seeing a lot of, like, softer sides to femininity or, like, to feminism in, like, books like this. Iris Winnow is a journalist in this, like, fantasy world, but it's also, like, plays kind of like historical fiction, but it's a fantasy world. There's a war going on. Her brother is fighting in the war. She's writing papers for the newspaper, and she decides that she, like, cannot stand by while, like, the war is going on. She decides to go write for a different paper company where she will be shipped out into the war front to, like, write down their stories and, like, send them back to, like, essentially, like, for propaganda to show people, like, this is what is happening in the war front. Like, we have to do something. Iris is incredible, incredibly strong and beautiful, but also just, like, she's very much herself. She's just like, I have things to do. Like, I have stuff to do. She's like a busy girl on the go. She is very, like, sweet and soft. She is incredibly smart with her writing.
She's incredibly intelligent.
Right.
People, it would scare them if they knew how smart she is.
I feel like Iris represents this, like, call back to girlhood and to, like, leaning into, like, the, like, softer sides of womanhood, especially because she, like, can't really do those things. Like, she very much has to, like, you know, she's like in her war uniforms, and she's like constantly working, and she's like writing things down and like trying to take notes for the war front and like write these stories. But she herself is just very like feminine in the way that she acts and the way that she talks. She's very no nonsense. I just think that she represents like a lot of like longing for like softer moments and like girlhood, and she's still a strong woman even though she's soft. Like, I hate that has to be like a justification in like the book world. I feel like for people are always like she's such a soft woman, but that doesn't mean she's not strong. Like, that's so annoying to say.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Like, she's a very soft feminine woman, and she has to do a lot of scary things, and she's scared to do them. And I like that she shows that she's scared to do them, but she does them anyway, just like we all do in our day-to-day lives. So I love Iris Winnow. I think she's an incredible woman, and I think Divine Rivals is an incredible book. If you have not read it yet, please go read it. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about one of my most favorite authors ever, and an incredible book about what it means to be a woman, and that is A Girl Called Samson by Amy Harmon. I adore Amy Harmon. If you're a longtime subscriber of the channel, you know I cannot stop talking about Amy Harmon and recommending her books. Amy Harmon wrote A Girl Called Samson, and this is actually a true story. Like, I had no idea that this was actually a true story. I had actually never heard of Deborah Samson, which is who this book is about. Obviously, this is a historical fiction, so it's like a romanticized version of this person, a real life figure in history, but I still think that the message is there, and that it still tells an important message about this incredible woman, Deborah Samson. So the book obviously is about a young woman named Deborah Samson. She is a young woman living in the 1760s. This is Revolutionary War in America, and she is very much kind of like a Mulan situation. She decides to go fight in the Revolutionary War, like in the army, for to fight against the Brits for America. Frick.
Disgusting!
She disguises herself as a man and enters the army, and thankfully, because of her tall and like lanky build, like no one really questions it. Obviously, a lot of boys were enlisting at such young ages, and so she just like lies about her age and like what she is, obviously, and enlists with these men, and she fights in the army.
USA! 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 USA!
And she ends up like becoming like rising through the ranks, like slowly but surely, and becoming an assistant to one of the officers. It becomes like a very important part of this revolution, and a necessary part. Things obviously change once the officer figures out like what she is, and will he keep her secret. Deborah Samson is incredible. She's an incredible woman who fought for her country, and also just someone who like didn't take no for an answer. You know, obviously like her whole life she was told like, no, like you have to like lean into these things. You're supposed to be this, like this is like the structures of society. And especially in the 1700s, in a time as strict and as like rule following and as Puritan as this, like there was no such thing as like having your own thoughts and opinions. Like women did this, women did that. And Deborah just did not want to adhere to those rules. And so she decided to lean in like whole body first and just jump into a revolution. She just is doing whatever it takes to like get the job done. And I really appreciate that about her. This book also has a romance element, which I think like so cute. I love romance. I always love romance. The romance in this book is incredible as well. I think it's very sweet. But regardless, Deborah Samson, I didn't even know she was a real person in history. I had never heard of her until I read this book. And then I, of course, went and did all the research, and I was like, oh my gosh, she like actually existed. So this actually happened in the 1760s. Literally amazing. I just think she's incredible, and I definitely think everyone should go give this book a chance. 5 stars for Miss Amy Harmon. Next, I want to talk about a book that I cannot stop talking about. I just quite literally will not shut up about Carissa Broadbent's Serpents in the Wings of Night. Serpents in the Wings of Night. We have our gorgeous female character, Orah. Orah. I love this woman. This girl, I feel like, represents what it means to be like so afraid, but so strong. Like she's afraid constantly. She is a human living in a vampire society. Her father was, is like essentially king of the vampires, and like he takes her and he's a vampire, and she has to compete in this like huge competition called the Kajari with all these other vampires so that she can be granted one wish. I think you might know what she want to wish for. She has to make a wish. She has to compete in this competition with all these other vampires, and she's a human. Like they're constantly out to get her.
Oh my god, I almost died. I almost died. That was so scary. Thank
The whole book, you are feeling this like tingling energy coming off of her. You're feeling this like constant like sweat dribbling down your like down like your back. Like you can feel like the cold sweat down your middle back. It's like pooling down there, and you just like are starting to breathe kind of heavy, and like you're just like your scalp is starting to sweat a little bit, and like you're like your eyes are stinging. Like the book feels like that. It feels like constantly like you're just scared. Like you're scared for her, you're scared of it, you're scared of the vampires. Like
I've never wanted a human's blood so much in my life.
She's constantly under pressure. And there's even a wonderful moment from the book. This isn't a spoiler. There's a moment in the book where everyone is experiencing the feelings and emotions and like the bodily experience of someone else. And someone who's a teammate to Orah Rain, who, Rain, I love him. He's experiencing what it's like to be Orah for a second, and he's like, oh my gosh, he's like, Orah, like, are you this tense all the time? And it made me laugh to think like, yes, of course she's this tense all the time. She's surrounded by vampires constantly who want to kill her because she's a human. Like, she literally is like so vulnerable all the time. And so she constantly has these massive walls up because she can't like expose who she is. So she can't expose any sort of vulnerability. And so she's just this like hard, bad A fighting woman. She's smart and she's clever, and she has to like figure out the like insecurities and the way to like take down her enemies. But the other thing that I love about Orah is that eventually like the walls start to like come down as she starts to trust Rain more, and like there's like a beautiful connection that they make because like she's able to like break down those walls and like trust again and trust people again. And it completely changes her character. She's one of the most well-rounded fantasy characters that I've ever read about, and just the like total bad A. She will literally gut you, and like I just love that about her. She loves killing. And I love people who love to kill. Like I do.
Are you okay?
Truly, like I know, red flag, like but like no. I'm sorry, like I love when she loves to kill people. Like, I guess not in a sick way, but like, listen, she's out for blood. She's out for justice. She's out to like protect the humans because no one is protecting them. And so she's out for blood because she wants to protect them. And I respect her for that. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth anyone who wants to be a murderer to protect other people. Hello, all of the men that I am in love with are murderers. All of the women that I am in love with also are murderers. So, like, I guess it makes sense. But regardless, Orah is an incredible woman. She's someone that I really look up to for just, like, how she just, like, sticks to her guns and she just, like, does what she needs to do to survive. And I just love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. She's just incredible. And this book is 5 stars. It's an incredible book. You guys have got to read it. And now, last but not least, we have reached the final hour. It is to talk about the world's greatest female character. And as I prefaced earlier in the video, I could just do a whole video on the best Sarah J. Maas characters, and that would be the 5 best heroines ever written would all just be SJM, okay? Like, to be so for real, that's how I feel about Sarah J. Maas women. I just think that they're the best, the brightest, the most well-written, the most well-rounded, like, truly the greatest women to ever be written are written by Sarah J. Maas. I love you, Sarah J. Maas. And I'm not even getting paid to say that. Like, I'm not even getting paid to say that. Like, I could at least be getting paid to say that, SJM. You could just be sending over some money. Money, please. Truly, like, Sarah J. Maas writes the best women. Sorry, I'm like quite literally not sorry about it at all. But I want to talk about the world's greatest female character ever written on the face of the planet Earth. I'm not kidding whatsoever. Nothing will ever be able to top her. And that is Aelin Galathynius from Throne of Glass. Let's just talk about Aelin for, I don't know, the rest of my life. Aelin changed everything about fantasy literature and what it means to be a woman. She, quite literally, is the greatest character ever written, personally, in my opinion. The greatest fantasy character ever written, period. Not even no gender required. Like, just it. She just is it. She is the GOAT. No one will ever be better than her.
And she will be full stop, period.
Quite literally the smartest, most brilliant, tactical, clever, vain, cunning, murderous, just quite frankly, an insane person. She's absolutely insane. Like, I cannot talk about her enough. Throne of Glass, for me, is the greatest fantasy series ever written. It is gorgeous. It is fabulous. I currently don't have my copies with me because you know they're on loan to a friend if you watch my previous videos. Here's my Throne of Glass. You see it right here. Yes. Evelyn, for me, is the best. The best. This girl struggled to survive. She was thrown in the mines of Enderveer for a year, had to struggle her way through, was bred to be an assassin her entire life by a man who tortured her and killed her lover. She enters a competition for a king who hates her, and she hates him just to keep surviving. Eventually making her way to the land of the Fae and unlocking something that she didn't even know was buried deep within her. And then decides to essentially take back her throne, take back her kingdom, and start a war in the name of her and her people who are lost. Quite literally, she is always 16 steps ahead of everyone else. Everyone thinks we're on step 5. Evelyn's on step 25. She's already 5 steps ahead. She just is constantly thinking about what's going to happen next. The responsibilities that weigh on her shoulders are enough to break her. And she doesn't let them, because only you can decide what breaks you. And that's a Sarah J. Maas quote. And she does. She does decide. And I love her so much, not even for just all of the strong badass things that she does, but also the fact that she's freaking hilarious. She's unhinged as all get out. She's mean and she's witty. She's funny and just sassy. And she is also vain. Something I love about female characters nowadays is they're vain. Book 1, right off the freaking bat when we meet her, she's literally like, yeah, I look hot. And I'm like, yes, girl, you do. None of this nonsense 2013, oh, I'm so ugly. And a boy's like, no, you're not. No, she right off the bat is like, you know what? I'm a hot piece of, she's like, I'm hot. And she knows it and she rocks it. And she's just like,
Reporter Barbie, you can ask me any question you want.
Well, how come you're so amazing?
No comment.
She knows it deep within her. And I love that kind of confidence. I love that she walks out swinging. She walks out with the swagger and she's just like, yes, I'm here and I rule all of you. And you all are going to listen to me and you're going to listen to what I say. And I'm looking really freaking amazing right now. I know you guys all want me so bad. That's my favorite thing. She just is like, I know you all want me so bad. You want me so bad. And she just does that. She just is incredible. She's changed my life forever. She's seriously the greatest character I ever read. She truly she changed it all for me. The reason I started this channel was basically because of Throne of Glass, and it was because of her. She changed everything for me. Changed the way that I think about myself, the way I think about my confidence, the way that I enter society. She changed it all.
I owe you my life.
Evelyn changed everything. And you know who wrote about Evelyn? Sarah J. Maas. And Sarah J. Maas changed it all for us. And so I think that she's the single greatest female character ever written. I don't think anyone will ever be able to top her. And I dare anyone to find someone stronger or better than her. Seriously, I could go on. I could go on and on and on forever about Evelyn. She quite literally is the best female character ever written, hands down.
In chief.
Obama out.
So that is all the books that I have to recommend to you guys today. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Live in Literature YouTube channel. We'll be inserting the footage right now of announcing the winner. So drum roll, please. Hey guys, I'm just here. It is currently midnight, Saturday, March 16th, the day that the video is going to go up, and the day. Just wanted to show you right here. It says March 16th, Saturday, March 16th. I just wanted to show you. I'm here. I'm editing the video that is going to be posted today. But I wanted to announce the winner of the giveaway. Again, thank you to everyone who entered and everyone who subscribed to this channel for the 500 subscriber giveaway. I love you all so much. Congratulations to Tiffany Parker. Congratulations, you are our winner, and you'll be winning 2 books and a book boyfriend bookmark of your choosing. I've already contacted you, and thank you so much for being a subscriber and for subscribing to the channel. I love you so much. To everyone who entered the giveaway, thank you so, so much. It means the absolute world to me. You guys are literally the best ever. I love you guys. I can't wait to keep doing more giveaways once we reach 600 subscribers. And back to the video. Thank you so much. For all of you guys who entered the giveaway, thank you guys so much. For everyone who subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. Again, every 100 subscribers that I get, we are going to be doing a book giveaway. Once we reach 600 subscribers, we'll be doing another one. So like I said, tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone you know who enjoys books to subscribe to the channel, and then you guys might have another chance to win a book. But for everyone who entered the giveaway, thank you so much. For everyone who left video suggestion ideas, thank you so much. I will be getting to your videos. I'm so excited about all the suggestions you guys made, so thank you for those. Again, I love you guys. I love women, and I'm so grateful for all of you and all the women out there and anyone who watched this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.